thank you guys for joining us. We've been busy this week. Uh, a lot of fixes, a lot of making sure things are working correctly, a lot of testing. Um, we've gotten a lot done over the past week, as we usually do when the game's not kind of running live. We get a whole lot of things out of the way. I think all previous bugs are more or less fixed. Um, we've done some tweaking of the temples, of the graphics, um, the way that enlightenments happen, making sure that the or what are we calling them? Blessings?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way the blessings happen, rechecking formulas. We've done a lot on the attacks, making sure that they work right. I think the latest one was we fixed the warships and the way that they did damage to both buildings and walls. We kind of fixed that up so warships um, should be as powerful as they're meant to be. Um,
Yay!
Also, other things like taking down the towers correctly in the correct order, and Ala's been working a lot on making the reports look better, which she loves dearly.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably
Reports is like both of our favorite thing to do.
yes.
We don't ever avoid it for months or anything like that. Yeah.
Put it
Oh,
off till the last
reports.
possible minute, then look at it and go, "What the fuck did I do?"
Pretty much, yeah. That's pretty much summed up my week.
Um,
Was I drunk when I wrote this? Yeah.
we've got the enlightenment menus working. We've got the offensive and defensive history menus working. Um, we've also got a lot of the rankings working well, and they're all sortable. All the sort menus work, um, so it's going quite well. We're doing end game testing at the moment. As you can see, our alliance is one short from all 8 level 10s, which took a lot of time. Uh,
It really did.
Mostly because it's just so many different temples to build for 2 of us. Clickable links for chords, yes. I will. We will have everything in the game clickable. So everything from reports, everything in every list will be clickable and working before the 3rd beta. That is on the list of things to do.
I've actually done a lot of it in reports now. You can click most of the stuff in reports and it actually takes you somewhere now. So, making progress.
As you can see, I've been busy sieging Ala.
Oh, yeah. Like all day today. I report a minute.
Let's see. If you click something up, there it does. So the links now work in clicks.
Yay!
And the temples are awesome looking. I'm really happy with the way they turned out on the regional map. Um, as you guys can see, this is kind of what the level 9s and 10s look like for the temples. If I go into the city,
Sloth asks, can we get an indicator if a temple is on water or land? In the city list, do you mean? We do have indicators there for if a temple is on water or land, or do you mean somewhere else?
we do have pictures in the city list
Yeah.
in our drop down now.
Look at them there, so pretty.
It
Yeah, we
looks
need
really
to
good.
change the colours around a bit to make the on land and on water a little more obvious.
Oh,
Or
on the
change the
blessed
sizes.
list. He means in the blessed list.
Ah, okay. Yeah, we could do that.
Add in if it's on water.
Yeah, just have little icons in there, I guess.
We did add in the notes, so you can put in notes.
Yay! Nice.
You know, with all of the different priorities and set, and put in a lot of different checks on the alliances. Um, so only the appropriate people can change priorities. Pretty sure that I put the filters. Yep. So you can filter it by continent. And you can filter it by continent and by show only your cities too. So it stacks up.
Very cool.
And it's the same for defensive history. Basically, they all sort and stack.
Anarchy asks, is region zoom to be expected before the start of Beta 3? I don't think before the start of it.
I think so.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, because I already got the world done. I did do a lot of work to make the world kind of view look better for or temples and shrines, so you can actually see the colors of the shrines in there. But world also has zoom, so that was the first one I did, and I'll do regional and city as well after it. We do need a bar for it though, for people who don't have mouse wheels, and I still need to do some work on making sure it zooms in on the mouse position and not
Yes.
just all over the place. But as you can
Okay,
see,
well, we can
the
put
zoom
that
does work.
in. Actually, I think Sergio made us a graphic of a nice little bar that we can use. So, yes, we can put that in.
The icons for the cities, class would like to know maybe the 4 different types of. Well, there's more than 4 different types of cities, but if they could be different colors.
Different colors.
As in, like, city on water be a different color to city on land. Is that what it
Maybe
means?
you could make the whole background for a water city blue and the whole background for a landlocked green.
Yeah, we can look into that.
You know what we could do is, let me see, I think he's talking about inside like a player city list. Is that what he's talking about?
No, I think he means in the drop down.
Oh, what I'm thinking is, especially for the drop down, I think we definitely could make it so that they have different backgrounds on the row.
Okay.
Maybe we could color code the row as well as having the image on top of it, so that it, like, people I guess would just have to learn the colors, but just like some real subtle light colors that shows a difference in what it is, so people could see it easier. I don't know. What do you think, Ala? You're the design
Yeah,
person.
I think we could do that. Yeah, we can do that.
Oh, Glassell did mean player info.
Player info, we could do that as well. Change the background, maybe change the text color of the row or something.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we are going to make those pictures smaller, which isn't going to make it much easier to see. So, instead of messing up kind of like the zebra stripe of the table, just change the color of the text that isn't the link, so people could kind of spot it out better.
Yeah, the one thing that we are planning on doing anyway is getting versions of those icons where the actual city is smaller, so that you can see like more grass around the sides for a city that's on water, or more blue around the sides for a city that's on water, and more green around the sides for a city that's on land. So I guess if we get those in, we can see how confusing it still is for people.
Yeah, it's the actual images aren't too hard to tell apart, so I think we could probably reduce their size by like 20-30%, and then you can
Yeah, I agree.
definitely see the water more with it in there. So I was going to do that today, but I got distracted.
Okay, well, tomorrow.
Cool.
So yes, that is definitely on the list.
And Glassell would like to know about a counselor on off toggle.
Yes,
I think eventually, yeah.
we do have counselor on off toggles already. You just have to go in and click construction counselor and turn them off.
I think he means.
I think he means for trade counselor, ones
Yeah.
that are a little harder to just turn off.
Yeah, in defense.
But yeah, we could probably do that.
I think we could, yeah.
Maybe in the options or something.
Yeah, probably in that first information tab there, we just have the 4 little toggles beside the 4
Oh,
councillor names.
that's a good idea.
Yep.
Actually, Steeltown, we do already have a bar at the bottom of the picture, and that kind of didn't work out right. Like where it was showing the little blue bar when it was a water city, it just kind of blended into the blue of the button. So
For which one?
on the
For,
city drop down,
city icons.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it just blended right in.
I'd guess that it's not the actual city that you have selected that's a problem. It's the ones that are in the list, and so that's where coloring them, because they're not striped at the moment, so we could just color them depending on water or temple, and we won't be able to put a key or anything anywhere, but people will kind of just figure it out eventually.
Yeah.
Okay, well, leave it with me. I'll figure something out.
I figure if I have a hard time seeing it, something's not quite right. I have pretty good eyesight, so.
But everything's working well. We've gotten a lot of the bugs out. We've got a lot of actual infrastructure stuff done over the week as well. So it's the game's running smoother and faster than it was before. All of the kind of background processes have been optimized and fixed, and Trade Counselor runs perfect now. It was never a problem with the Trade Counselor script. It was more of a problem with the way that the script was running without overlapping each other. So ever since we got that worked out, it really has, there hasn't been a single issue with the Trade Counselor. I'm sure Glass will break it again, but until that happens, I'm going to assume it works perfectly.
I know I know what Glassell's talking about. It's like, especially when you want to stop and make a senator real quick, and you have to fight the counselors to do it, and then you turn them all off, and then you forget to turn them back on, and things starve, and all hell breaks loose. And yeah, I know, I've been there.
Yeah, I think we all have. You leave your account overnight and come back, and just everything is starved everywhere because you forgot to untick a button.
Yeah.
What about
All because you wanted to really quickly settle a lawless city or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what about if we put a button right on the actual, like for trades we have this green button here. What if we had a button that was like you push in or push out, that changed colors when you push it in? And so, I mean, if you're talking about like enlistment and pausing it real quick, you can just click a pause, the defense counselor button right on the enlistment queue header.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
And then it would turn it off, and then you can enlist whatever you want, and then you could turn it right back on, like straight from the button.
Right.
Okay.
The problem with the timed button is then if you don't want them to come back on, then
Well, it wouldn't be timed. It'd just be like kind of like an on-off button. So you'd press it in, and it would change colors, and it would kind of look pressed in
right.
for on, and then off. It would be pressed out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that
I like
idea.
So if you can't remember to click the button to turn it back on, then you don't deserve to have it working anyways.
It's right there in your face.
We could have it on like the build queue, the enlistment queue, and the trade queue as well
Yeah.
for the 3.
Yeah,
The
that's
war
what I
would
was
be a
thinking.
little harder. But yeah, that sounds
That
good.
would be amazing.
I don't think you would need one on the war counselor, just because that's not really something that actively does anything.
Right. Except
Yeah.
for attacks and raids and stuff. So I mean, if you turn it on and off, it might mess up your timed attacks and your raids, and that wouldn't be cool.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Okay.
Is, for a column and overviews, is to have, I could add another chart that says how many of your cities have the counselors set up, and how many don't. Kind of how I have those pie charts.
Yes, that would
You
be.
you could sort them out and stuff by, which one has it on and which one doesn't, and kind of maybe some of the parameters. So if it's sending or receiving and stuff like that. So that might be
Yeah.
another page I can add to the overviews.
That'd be awesome.
Sounds good.
Counselor management or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or a find my barons, or find my senators page
Yes,
that
that's
only
me.
lists senators, because I think that's one of the #1 uses of the trade counselor overview.
Yeah. It was the only reason I ever downloaded Bose Tools.
And it's really the reason why I don't allow counselors to cook the senators, is because there would be so many issues of people having it set to automatically build them and then not knowing where they were built.
I can't tell you how many times I lost those stupid troops.
So yeah, as far as the adding troops to the queue and adding them to defense counselor, I don't think we'll ever allow the senators to actually be added. It'll just be every other troop, and that's really to save everybody from themselves.
I like it. Yeah, a couple of people asking about the fill with resources function. We've been kind of debating maybe putting something like that into request resources, which we still don't have running yet. We need to do that this week. I think it's our last big thing that we need to do is the request resources tab.
Oh, you have it disabled at the moment?
No, it's in trade, at the regular trade menu.
Oh, the regular trades. Ah, there it is.
Yes.
There it is. Yeah, so I think that we could probably get something like fill with resources.
Is this more for like the market? Oh no.
No, it's basically it's the opposite of the send resources tab. So with send resources, you're like sending to some other city, and with request resources, you're getting some other city to send to the city that you're in.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
It's
Yeah.
where you can look to see where you have surplus resources to request to have sent.
So you just fill out
Yeah.
the form and find cities, and then it populates a list of all the cities that meet the criteria.
Mhm.
And then
Yes.
you can just we'll need a max button too.
So say you're in a city where you really need wood, but you don't know exactly what you have,
In other cities, and you
In
don't
other
want to
cities.
stick around looking. Yeah.
right. So, you get refined resources for hitting or for knocking down temples, right?
You
Yeah.
do?
Okay.
Quite a lot of them, I think.
J Knight was asking about that. Was it not working before or something, J Knight?
I'm pretty sure it's in there.
There was something at the start of the second beta with it. It wasn't giving the correct amount, but that is fixed now, and it is giving the correct amount now.
Oh, okay, cool.
I think I remember something like that.
I'm actually going to look in the code. Defense Fury.
Oh, J Knight says it's not working. Oh, I thought that it was. I'm sure that we put that in.
Yeah, it should be.
Okay, J Knight says it's not.
I'll
so
dig
maybe that's
into it
something we
later
need to look
tonight and make sure it is.
Excellent.
Sorry, I can't look at code while I'm
at. Temples
streaming, or
being
else I'll
destroyed.
pause for 30 minutes and get lost.
Ed asks, how about temples being destroyed when you leave an alliance? Yeah, I think they always get destroyed when you leave an alliance.
Yes.
I would leave the alliance now and show everybody, but it'd be so many abandoned temples. And
Yeah, don't do that. We still need to crown. We're so close.
I mean,
Supporting defenders get refined and fame, or not fame, but reputation.
They do get reputation. With the refined, I think that's still something that we need to look at. They do get it, but I think they get too much or something. They get the amount of refined of all of the defenders together, and they shouldn't. They should only get their own.
I see. Cool.
it might just be a
Yeah,
display
that's
thing
something we
too.
need to look at. Okay. Yeah, it could be. I haven't looked at it.
Issues with partial retreat and troop travel.
Fix those.
Oh, that's something you were looking at today, Gordy.
No, I fixed those. The
Excellent.
ones where when you do a partial retreat, it recalculates the travel time for whatever troops are returning. So let's say you send, a senator and some horsemen. If you just retreat horsemen, it'll come back at horseman speed, and not the senator speed like it would before. So that is fixed. Is that what he was talking about?
Yes.
I'm not sure.
I think so, yeah. I'm pretty sure it was.
But he says his internet is going wonky, so I don't know if he could hear the response or not.
Yeah, I put that in this week, so it works just as expected. I also added in the units stationed here. Also now includes your home troops too, so you can see in this unit station here every troop that's kind of in the city.
Yay.
Awesome. Ooh, hey, the other thing that we put in is icons on region.
Oh, yeah. I meant to post those yesterday for a screenshot and forgot about it.
Ah, damn.
I know.
Next week.
Right.
Yes.
Let's see if I can show some of them.
No, you're attacking me.
have-
Look at that.
I still have this screenshot. I can post in chat.
Let me.
This one that shows trade and settling.
Hey, look at them there. So pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I don't have the building in this city.
Oh no, we're not going to full game competition. We're definitely doing third beta, but we don't have a solid date yet.
Well, third beta is a full game competition, and that it's a server from beginning to end. But yeah, no, we're not skipping third beta. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So yeah, as everybody can see, if I send create a new city, it pops up on the regional map and shows a little icon that shows that you've got a city settling in that spot.
Senator.
I said city.
Awesome.
I
don't know.
And then
I was only half paying attention.
Am I still sieging you? Yeah, as you can see, I'm still sieging Alice, so you can see the little icon that shows that I'm sieging.
If you see up close, it doesn't look like three little fires. It looks like three little houses.
Yeah, and my version of that icon is red. So if you are being attacked, your little icon on region is red, and if you're doing the attacking, your little icon is black.
It just shows for players, right? Or can alliances see when someone else is under attack?
It'd be way too confusing.
I think it's just players. Oh, you know what it is actually? It's if people in your alliance are under attack. I think you can see their red. Actually, that's something we need to look into because I haven't even thought about that. I think you can see the red ones for alliance members.
And if you look here, I send an attack and it shows that an attack's outgoing. So if it's an assault, it'll stay as a little swords crossed. If it turns into a siege, then it'll start. It'll go into like the little catapult thing to make it. It's only one sieging. So.
Awesome.
And then I think we've got one for trades too. Let's see.
Yes, we do.
Yes, little wheel. somebody in your alliance settling a city, you only the people settling will see the settling icon.
Yeah. And there's the icon for trade. As you can see, it kind of pops right up, and this little wheel that shows that you're trading to that city.
And the attack icon will show for caverns, right?
Caverns and bosses.
I'm not sure. It might.
It probably should. If not, we should probably put that in.
Yes.
I'd say for bosses in particular, it's probably quite helpful.
Nope, apparently it doesn't. But I'll add that in.
Cool.
And Netza would like to know if we have sound notification for incoming yet.
We do.
Not yet.
Yes.
Do we?
Yeah, it's 80 will call you on Skype and make her best foghorn impression. So go ahead, 80, give everybody a sample.
Maybe not. I'm sure everybody likes their eardrums.
But I can get that in before the third beta. I think that's pretty easy to do. It's easy to do. The hard part will be it not continuously going off while you're under attack. Email notification. Yeah, we'd have to put an option in for that, I think.
Yeah, we really need to get game options.
I wouldn't want 1,000 emails if somebody's really hitting me. I'm sorry.
No, I think it would only be the first one. Like your first attack of the day or something. First attack within 24 hours.
It'd probably be where it wouldn't, mail you more than once every,
Day.
12 hours or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd also be cool to, figure out some way to do text messages, which I think is possible without actually getting a carrier, because all cell phones, text messages, actually, you can send emails to them if you know the abbreviation behind the address. I've done it before. I just have to, work that out again, but that's not something we're going to put in until, probably into the lives or something.
Cool.
Unless we make 80 watch all attacks and then personally text people. That's
We
an
could do
option.
that. Okay.
All
We'll
right.
put that in the maybe list.
We'll do that.
That's something you could probably add to the Addibot function so that, I can do things like eat and sleep and...
No, it's just,
No, we'll just give you coffee. It'll be fine.
and if you don't text somebody and they get attacked, they're going to be very angry.
Oh, yeah. To Sheriff's question, that's just a weird problem with Chrome that for some reason the button doesn't click. And is something I've been bugging Gordy about, but had forgotten about it kind of recently, so I will start bugging him about that again.
It's probably something simple.
Yeah, I think it is.
So I'll take a look at that tonight, maybe. That's the whole problem with, browser games and browsers in general, is they all have their own little things. So some work in some things and not in others. And, I'd like to get the game working for Firefox, but Firefox is just so completely screwed up right now with their, garbage collection and memory usage. Until they actually fix Firefox, I'm not sure that it's going to be possible to run an HTML5 JavaScript game in Firefox. A lot of the Firefox offshoots probably work based on what version they're forked off of. So if they're based off of a Firefox version, from 2014, then they probably work well. Whereas if they're based off of a current upgraded version of Firefox, then it's not. But I have seen a lot of stuff online about people having issues with Firefox, and I'm sure that Mozilla will fix it, relatively soon.
Hopefully.
But I know that
Rocks.
a lot of other games are having the same problem. And somebody is attacking me because I have a bunch of red X's all over me.
I'm not.
Rocks along the coastline have kind of always been there.
Yeah, well, we haven't changed the coastline graphic in
Nope.
ages.
Yeah.
Who's attacking you? I'm not attacking you.
Did you? It wasn't me. I'm not even in the game. I didn't do it.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, okay.
Hey, look at that. It worked pretty well. I didn't even plan on it working that well, but I was just sitting here and they all popped up and now they all just went to sieges. So I can say that the icons work perfectly well.
Nice. Yeah,
I'm kind of surprised that they work like that. It's just kind of
that's
instant.
cool.
That's
Doesn't
impressive.
it feel good when something works right the first time?
It does. I hadn't even tested them.
Oh, you gotta have a little bit of a boon here and there. Oh,
Great that it updates so fast.
Yeah, it was pretty much instant.
yeah, that was cool. Yeah, the region view icons are a pretty big deal. When you don't have a lot of time to click through a bunch of windows to see what's going on, it kind of gives you an idea just at a glance. I like it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the game is really getting polished and fixed up well, so that when we go into the third beta, it's going to be close to a live version and less of a beta.
Yes.
So that's kind of the whole plan. We are planning on having some sort of test probably midweek, where I set the kind of how we have the temple set now, where shrines are more or less enlightening every 2 minutes, or a blessing every 2 minutes. So every 2 minutes, a different temple gets blessed, and then I instantly, automatically filled every city on the map, so you don't have to worry about actually filling them. And then we can test out how the end game, works, and making sure that the alliance gets their crowns and gets added to the list, and kind of that the ordering works right, because that's more or less the last piece that we need before the third beta actually starts. Last time I kind of wrote a script on the fly to give everybody their crowns and stuff. I'd prefer this time to actually test out the end game winning before we have people playing and winning, because
Yes.
it's not something we can test while the beta is kind of going. So we'll probably have some sort of closed testing this week, where people can come in and join alliances and click like crazy for a day and win the game, more or less, and get the pop-ups and make sure that everything's working the way it's supposed to before the third beta. So we'll probably do that midweek and do our stress test over the weekend. Then, depending on how well the stress test goes, we'd probably be good for the next week to start the third beta. So September
Fifth.
5th, which is
Yeah.
Labor Day.
Yeah, it's Labor Day weekend. Labor Day would be the 7th, but 5th is this Saturday before it.
Which I think is good, because most people don't do things on Labor Day anyway. So you get an extra day off to play the game right at the start when you really need it.
Ed wants to know if he wants to add funds to his account. Does he have to wait until the game's open to do it?
Yes,
For now.
for now. We can probably put that in later, but for now it's in just the game. And we did do a little bit of tweaking to the items, or to the purchasing of funds. If I can get it to come up with streaming and a Skype call. But if you go to the Buy Denary page, basically what we've done is we've moved more or less everything over to PayPal. So when you first come up, if you're using a credit card or if you have a PayPal account or a prepaid card, use the PayPal, and you just click the buy now buttons for which package you want. It will open up the PayPal window, you fill it out, and the funds go straight into the game pretty quickly. It's going to be kind of our preferred method for everybody to use. I think most people, I think in the last one it was 56 people used PayPal, and 48% of people, 43% of people used credit cards. So basically just everybody going through PayPal will make it a lot faster and easier. If you are one of those people that needs the alternative payment kind of options, like for people in other countries, or you want to exchange your Subway gift cards or whatever, we still have the alternative payments options. So you just click on the little link at the bottom and it'll come up with your with our alternative payments for people who have unusual kind of payment needs.
Right, right. Very cool.
But it should make everything easier for people having any issues, because PayPal's very responsive to any kind of technical issues, and we integrated them pretty well. So the funds will come pretty quickly after you purchase them.
Excellent.
Yes, unusual payment needs for people, Europeans that can't use PayPal, or people who just have an abundance of Subway gift cards for some reason.
Or the people who need to use like Exala, or not Exala, but like Rifty and those different.
Bitcoin.
What's the Boku? That's the one I was thinking, not Exala.
Yeah, it's got like 600 different payment methods. So, if you can't use PayPal or a credit card, it's got plenty of options for you.
Dragon Hunter asks a option to give someone some Denarii for their birthday, like a gift. I think that's probably something we could do like down the road.
Yeah, like a
gift option.
Maybe it's. I think in order to do that, we'd have to do something like, send an email with a code or something, and then that's how you get your Denarii, or you give it to somebody else and they can get it. I like it kind of going straight into the account as fast as possible. So maybe we just have a send a gift option.
Yeah, I think it would be good by way if like you had to send an email and the email had a code and you just kind of redeem the code in order to get the Denarii. Maybe just to like stop people who have like left their account as a substitution for somebody else, from like those people keeping counselors going.
Oh yeah, so if you have somebody else's sub, then you can still
you could just like be sending Denarii. Yeah, so it would be good for the like that they have to redeem a code that they receive in their email.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
It's just, the emails are funny too, because each email provider has its own kind of process for blocking things. And
yeah, true.
I'm not sure what Tirth means there by people who have money can give to others.
I think he's being sarcastic.
Oh. Defense, offense, history for losses on each side. Can we get totals for that?
That was what I had originally planned on doing, but apparently this is the way it was, I think, or not. I know me and Ella had a lengthy discussion on it.
I don't even remember what we decided in the end. I thought we decided, I don't know.
But yeah, maybe down the road I'd change them so that it's more of a total per city and the attacks that hit the cities in the last 24 hours, instead of just a full list of all the reports.
The way it is now is good though, in that you can like just click the word and you get to see the report of that exact attack.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe we could have some like second tab that shows totals or something.
No, I was thinking more like a drop down. So like a
Oh
you
yes,
click
there's
it,
a little plus and you can,
uh-huh,
I don't know.
and it shows
Yeah.
all of the reports underneath it, and then just has one like kind of title row.
Oh yeah, even a like sort by. Yeah, so yeah, you can like sort by individual attack or sort by totals.
You know, I bet we could probably put in like a drop down that lets you sort by, city or sort by player.
That's what I just said.
I couldn't understand your accent. It's so thick.
Fact would like to know if a popular items page can be added to the items box.
Popular items page. I think before we do that.
I think
is-
actually we could. Yeah, well, like we have plans to add my items tab to items anyway, so you get to see like just a small compiled list of like every single item that you have. So yeah, I guess maybe we could have like some little section in there that shows like your top 5 favorite items.
I think
with that.
we wouldn't need that if we get all of the quick use buttons in.
Yeah, that's true. Oh god, another thing we have to do.
Yeah, so if we had quick use buttons on like the build
Commands
queue
and stuff.
and commands and stuff like that, where you just click the button, you wouldn't need kind of a favorites items button.
Cavern history, yeah, we're going to do that.
I
Audio
still haven't
console.
decided. I'm not sold on whether or not it's needed. It's it just seems.
I have decided that we're going to have it. Leave it with me.
But why?
So that you can see if you or anyone in your alliance has been attacking a cavern.
Well, not only that, I can tell you that when Scraggle Rock was writing SKS, we did a lot of dungeon mining, data mining, and that was part of what we used, is being able to see the cavern or the dungeon history.
Yeah, it's like
then-
basically dungeon history. It's like all of the attacks that are specific to that dungeon, and like you can see then, if your reports have been starting to run red, rather than having to scroll through loads in your own report table.
Yes, I do have plans for CSV exports of reports for overviews.
Yeah, I think that's planned for the start of Beta 3.
Cool.
So yeah, and I can see all of the attacks on Ala. Although it seems like one person in particular is picking on her.
Now,
Who could that be?
I don't think it would be able to be seen by anyone but your alliance mates.
We are
Or
in the
indeed, if you
Alliance.
don't want your alliance mates to see it, you can change that in options.
And city info history, the same thing. You'd be able to change that, turn it on and off, and that.
Yeah. And you can do it by report type as well. So if you don't want your alliance mate seeing only plunder reports, you can just switch off only plunder reports. So
And if you're not in that person's alliance, you can't see them at all.
correct. Only your own alliance, or you, depending on how you want it.
Oh, and the icons disappeared well too. Cool.
Nice. Very cool.
I really do like the temple graphics. Alex,
Me too.
you did a great job with those.
Ah, yes, so many arguments for what he was like, no, I hate everything about them. They suck. I hate them. And I was like, tough, we're going with them anyway. And now suddenly he's their biggest fan.
Well, you know what it was? It was the final decision to like actually color the entire building the color, because then it makes
Oh,
it
yeah.
really kind of pop out from all of the other. So you can really scan through a regional map and tell where the temples are and what kind of temples they are.
To
Yeah,
resize the overviews window, I think that there should be. It's done with Bootstrap, isn't it?
Resize it? What does that mean, resize it?
Make it wider.
Are we talking about the incoming menu, or are we talking about the separate overviews tab?
Oh, I see. The actual window that's in the game. Yeah, we could make it wider, or do you have it like it that you can manually resize it?
For which one?
For the actual, like the little window in game that shows like incomings and outgoings and blessings and stuff. To actually like be able to resize that.
I actually think we can do that with 3 lines of code.
Okay then.
The same way that we did drag.
Okay.
So
Perfect.
I will.
Glass says
I can do
it's
that.
different in every browser. Opera's very tiny. Font size can't be changed.
Oh.
Huh.
I haven't really looked at overviews yet.
No, we still need floating headers and stuff.
Oh yeah. Remind me of those at some point.
And a total row at the bottom.
Yeah, you can do that.
But I like how you can export the cities and all that kind of data.
Yeah.
It's something
Definitely.
that the other game didn't have, and having charts and being able to see all of your incomes and your troops and things like that.
The the font sizes, I've heard that several times from different people, that font sizes is really hard to read.
Okay. Well, we can make maybe the whole table longer and just increase the font sizes then.
Or the smarter idea would be to invest in a reading glasses company and then make the fonts even smaller.
Body logic.
Glassell says having a grand total at the bottom of overview columns. Is that
Yes.
Yeah, I think Gordy is going to do that.
cool? And what is the matter with Opera, Saw?
I actually like Opera.
Me too.
It runs pretty well. It's basically just the same exact engine that Google Chrome runs off of.
Yeah. And surprisingly, I'm still really liking Edge.
Yeah, Edge is.
Are you still using
really
it?
well, too.
I do when I'm not doing anything that has ads and big flashy stuff attached to it, because there's still not an ad plus for it.
Do you run the game on it?
Yes, I can run the game on it. It's great.
Yeah.
Everything works. Everything clicks.
Yeah, I've played with it a bunch. The Edge works well. The only
Yeah.
problem is that there's no add-ons for it.
Yeah. And they're working on that. They're gonna make it add-ons. There's that car again. Every week, same time.
It's like he knows.
Yeah. But yeah, they're planning to make it work like Chrome with the add-ons and extensions, JavaScript. They just don't have it in yet for Edge.
And eventually when we get our script market up and like that kind of whole back end working, people won't need that. We'll just have it all cooked right into the game, so you won't need to have add-ons and scripts and stuff like that.
Yeah, Glass says that the font sizes and overviews does not change with your browser's default font size.
It's probably something I did. Because Bootstrap's usually pretty good about it.
And now they're all talking about Opera, like real Opera.
So So unless anybody else has any questions, we've got lots to keep going. We do plan on having 2 testing rounds in the next week or so. So anybody who's interested, mail us at the email address that AD is about to post.
I can do that.
Or for people who are listening later on YouTube, it's info@gamingaddictstudios.com.
Yes.
There we go. info@gamingaddictstudios.com for anyone who can't understand Howard's accent.
Oh, jeez. Tier says he has a question. So, daily reward. Yes, that's going to be in. We just haven't.
We had talked about that last week, and I think we pretty much settled on we were going to have a big, flashy wheel that pops up and completely locks up the game for about 10 minutes as it spins. And it's just going to spin very slowly because of the
And even
lag.
if it crashes your browser, if you try and close the browser and come back, it'll just pop up again. There's just no getting rid of it.
No, so you just have to sit and wait until it goes away. And then it's probably just going to give you some kind of item you don't want anyways.
Something really shit. Yeah.
But no, we have been thinking about, different ways of doing it, whether or not we were going to give a daily reward or make it like something you find on the map and like click. Like, we've been studying how other games do things and picking out the parts that we like and parts that we don't like. And I really liked, where you could look through the map and find little, like treasures and get things that way, because it makes it so you don't just log in and get it. You actually have to like play around on the game a little bit before you see them. So that might be something we do instead of just giving everybody a free item when they log in.
Yeah. Tier wants to know if we can keep the crowns from testing. From the closed testing, what, just the crown graphic? Is that what you mean, Tier?
Oh, for the closed testing, can they keep the crowns that they get? No.
And Emperor would like to know if we can add plunder ×2 to keep the game balanced if we're doing ×2 with the construction speed and resource production and cavern
As in that they plunder twice the
Plunder.
amount.
from other players. I'm
Um,
thinking, I don't know. I think that's what he means.
I think it
You
would
know-
be fair to the other player to keep it ×1 because plunder is kind of taking from someone else.
Yeah, and it's almost like if you start putting a multiple on it, it becomes more than ×2. Just because, like, if you plunder a dungeon, it's not like the dungeon needs the resources, but if you ×2 plunder another player, then not only are they losing double the amount, but you're gaining double the amount, so it kind of makes it like a ×3 kind of situation. So that's the only issue I'd have with that, is that it just kind of throws the math off a little bit just because you're taking and receiving from one person.
Free bacon for crown holders. I like that idea.
Sounds good.
Does my little red Budweiser crown count? Can I have bacon too?
Is that what they are? Are they Budweiser crowns? I always wondered where they came from.
I just
Excellent. I like it even more now.
I just stole them off the internet. I have no idea.
So, but yeah, Lord Sloth has a point. The plunder ×2 isn't fair to the defender if you're losing twice as much when you get plundered.
I mean, technically it's fair because you're gaining twice as much. So basically, you're just scaling up the plundering. The issue I have is that you're taking and receiving it 2 times, which means that the only way to do that where it'd be fair is to make it so that you get double the resources you plunder, but it doesn't take double the resources. That would make it a true double plunder. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So then, the defender would actually just lose the amount that they would normally lose, but the defender would get twice as much back, or the attacker would get twice as much back. And that's the only way I could see to do it, where it would be a true times 2.
Yeah, so I think to keep things simple, let's just keep it at ×1 for Plunder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's, messing with stuff as little as possible so it's as close to the real game, just with a slight speed
Yeah,
up.
exactly. It's really only just to keep things moving at a Beta 3 sort of 3-month rate.
Yeah, so that we're not still in beta 3 6 months from now.
Or 9 months, yeah, exactly.
Because that could really not be fun.
See, and they just came up with the reasons why I can't take half of it. So, yeah, we'll just keep it at 1 times.
It's easier, yeah.
Anybody else got any questions? I know we started late, so I don't care if we go a little bit past 5. But
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we're at roughly an hour now, even including technical difficulty time.
Yeah.
okay. Well, then keep an eye on your emails and email us if you want in on the testing. If you have already emailed us, we'll just keep your name on the list and send you spam come test emails whether you like it or not. So you don't need
Yes.
to send another email if you've already been in on the testing before. But if you want in on the next rounds, let us know and we will add you to the list. And keep an eye out on your emails for the announcements of when we'll open them. Like I said, we'll probably do 2. One where we test out the completion of the end game and kind of like the building up of temples, and it's going to be a sit and click as much as possible, or for the assholes out there, see how many temples you can smash. I did kind of put in something cool for testing, where if you drop a new city, let's see, I just made a new city a bit ago. If you make a new city, where's that? There it is. New city. It pre-populates as a random template. So like this one just happens to be a sorcerer's tower on water. So every city that's dropped brand new comes pre-made. You just have to put in your own towers, but it comes with storage and a full castle and a place to make senators, and also has carts and ships. So it makes it easier for testing. Everybody just drop pre-made buildings, so it makes testing a lot faster. But yep, that pretty much is it for this week. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be on next week. Plan on the 5th for starting the 3rd beta. So if you're making plans with your family and friends, either get them to buy beta keys and you can all play together, or cancel your plans.
Real quick, Homer Paul wants to know about portals and will they be active more? That's still going to be totally randomized, right?
Yeah, it's pretty randomized. It takes a while for them to start, but after they start, it'll be anywhere between 2 days to a week until the next one. I had played around with the idea of making like a 24-hour kind of possibility. So if you breathed a sigh of relief that the moon or the portals were closed, all of a sudden they could open again. Just to add a little bit of extra randomness. They are going to be a lot more random than they were before, but you're generally looking at 1 per week or so as the server progresses.
Cool.
And I think that's about it. So
Yeah.
thank you guys again for tuning in. Keep an eye on your emails and the forums. We're going to be doing a big stress test over next weekend, so we expect a lot of people to get on and help us test out as much as possible, and do some kind of organized setup attacks so that we can really stress out the system with trades and attacks and dungeon raids and everything that we actually see on a regular server, just to make sure that nobody lags out or completely crashes when they've got a bunch of attacks coming at them. And that's kind of going to be the last step we need before the third beta. After that, we're pretty much good to go. So
And that's going to be an open test for everybody, beta key or no, right?
everybody, no invite required. We're just going to open it up and get as many people in as possible, so we can get as big of a load on the server as possible.
Cool. And so that one will be posted also on the forums and social media,
Yes.
and so that we can get the word out. And I'll ask everybody to spread the word too when we get that date set.
Yes, with an expectation that the servers will crash, because I am going to try to push it to the limits of, kind of what resources can hold what. So it is going to be an actual load test where, I might not exactly have as many, servers up as we need for the amount of people that get on. But then, we kind of get a crash and I can start scaling forward until we get to the right amount, and it kind of gives me the amount that we need for the load and everything like that. So it's going to be a true stress test if anybody wants to participate. And I do not have a favorite color.
Mine's blood red. Does that count?
So thank you guys, and we will see you in the game or in next week on our
Thank
next
you.
stream.
Yes, thank you everyone, and we'll see you during the testing, hopefully.
Have a nice week.